Howdy, y'all. Is everybody ready to play some Minecraft? I think it's time we play some goddamn Minecraft. Been a week since you last saw me, and now you're seeing me. How's it feel? Look me in the eyes and tell me how it feels to see me. There's this cool effect I found with the free cam mod. You start flying upwards and then you just... Bye. Beautiful. What's the plan, everybody? What do we want to do today? Well, if you saw in the title, we're going to be converting all the necessary farms to Shulkerbox storage systems. This is very much long overdue. Like, how long have Shulkerboxes been a thing? Actually, no, Shulkerbox farms before the Autocrafter weren't very practical because you'd have to craft all the shulker boxes, and then once you've got a double chest full of shulker boxes of items, once you've used all those shulkers that took you forever to make, then you got to refill it again. Like this system over here. I've got, I think, 138 rows of 6 double chests of shulker boxes, and I'll do some math really quickly. 132 rows by 6 double chests. That's 792 double chests full of shulker boxes. So times 54, which is the amount of items that fit into a chest. That's 42,768 shulker boxes made. So all these double chests here fit about 43,000 shulker boxes. If I go to another design that I've done, the only time I've done it in my world is in the end. No, actually, I've done it with my slime farm. With this system over here, instead of doing a bunch of chests, I have it connected to 2 double chests full of shulker box shells and 1 double chest of chests. And if I do some more math, 64 times 54, which is the amount of shulker boxes that will fit in 1 chest. So this is how many shulker boxes I can make with these 3 chests worth. Now, if I head back here, I can fit 3,456 shulkers in 1 row with only 3 chests. If I times that by 132 again for the amount of rows here, that's 456,192 shulker boxes in just 3 chests. So I can half the size of this and store more than 10 times the amount of items just by using an autocrafter. I apologize if all of that was completely confusing. It makes sense in my head. It might not make sense in your head, but it's more compact. I don't have to refill it as often, and it stores more items. It's a win-win-win situation. Now you may be asking, who the hell has that many shulker shells to make all of these shulker boxes? I do. If I take the golden brick road down to the end and hop on through the goddamn portal. Last video, some of you may remember, I built this absolutely impeccable. I have to lower my render distance. It lags my world. It's that good. Shulker farm that produces 25,000 shulker shells an hour and is also incredibly loud. In between this and last video, I AFK'd the farm overnight, and I got a little tiny bit of shulker shells. Every single one of these chests are full of shulker shells, which I think is pretty cool. So we got the supply to do it. We know that. We know all that. We got the design to do it. All we got to do is do it. We got to figure out what farms need it and what farms don't. Because I'm not going to build it on absolutely every single farm I've done, because, like, I've got a 42,000 an hour cactus farm, but I've not needed cactuses since I made it. Just the big farms like the iron farm, the all-purpose mob farm, and the shulker farm. I'm actually going to start off with this one. So let's go get some supplies. Supplies have been gathered. So I'm going to build it at the same Y level, but I'm going to build it separate to this, just so items don't get into the system and clog everything up while I'm building it. I'll build it like 10 blocks that way. First, I got to start off with the platform. Then I got to do some chests with some hopper behind them. This is about how much storage I want. Imagine all of these chests filled with shulker boxes of shulker shells. I don't think I will. I think it would take a very long time to fill all of these chests. What the frig is that noise? What? That's disgusting. That's creepy. I don't normally play with sound. I only ever turn sound on when I'm recording, so I don't normally hear those noises. I kind of just grind the game and watch TV. I just did the math. If all of these chests were filled with shulker boxes, it would be 5.17 million shulker shells. That's kind of crazy. That's not even including the hoppers. Anyways, I don't know how I want to do this. Do I want to do it all in one go? No, I don't. I'm going to build one module, and then I'll kind of go through the process of how I build it. All Alrighty, it looks something like this. When this shulker box fills up fully with shulker shells, as long as it doesn't have anything else in it, it doesn't, then it will get pushed into this hopper underneath the observer and go into this chest here. That's what you'd hope would happen. Only thing I'm worried about is this redstone torch kind of distracting some redstone. Maybe I need to build it one block up, but I'm sticking with my guns. This is a nice compact system, and it's gonna stay that way. Yeah, it's really easy. I just need to do dispensers all the way along. This is so much easier now that I've got it built right next to it, because I can literally just copy and paste everything. The first one took me a little bit because like I had to do all the annoying stuff, like try and get the blocks in the correct facing way. I'll still have to do that with these 2 blocks, but every other block could be pretty easy. And I should probably break these and do the pistons first to make my life a little easier. I'm definitely not going to edit it like the way I built that one as well, because I don't know if you guys know, but that style of editing takes a very long time to do. What the hell? This is weird. I'm hearing a lot of new sounds today. Why does it make this sound? It sounds like hollow. Listen. But it's not hollow. It's an iron block. Actually, you know what? These observers should actually be pretty easy to do. I can just go along like this. The last block will be annoying to do though. Same thing on the other side. Okay, I think that's the gist of it. Oh wait, no, it's not. I still got to do the item sorter. I don't need to worry about getting all the shulker boxes for it because I got a giant shulker farm right next to me. It's all coming together. It's all coming together. Oh, damn it. I should have done all these observers last because placing the hoppers in front of them do stupid stuff to it. Okay. Everything is back on track. Place these stupid observers back. And I think it ruined it all anyways. No, it didn't. I don't know what pistons were going off. I don't care. I just got to add some final touches into the hoppers up the top. Then I'm done. Here we go. Okay, I think that's that. Oh, actually, a very important step is I should probably at least put enough items to craft 1 shulker box in here, because I'm going to cover all this up. I'll do it sooner rather than later. All right, I think everything's set up. Now I just got to make the water system to connect it all and get all the shulker shells into the system. I think this is a good setup. So the water comes in, goes along here. Instead of having 2 double chests of shulker shells, I'll just put them directly into the system from the shulker farm. So that makes it a little bit more compact. And then it goes along, fills up, goes down here, comes back up, and then it sorts into the shulker boxes. Coolio. So there's 2 more things I need to do. I need to place this water, and I need to fill these chests with chests. Then I'm done. Let's do the chests first. It makes it more dramatic. Hooking up the shulker shells going in the system is the most dramatic part. Chests are full. Entire thing built. Water placed. That just went crazy. Here we go. Shulker farm storage system is done. Well, time to do an AFK session. See how we're looking. 16, 17 hours of AFKing later. Holy crap. Oh my god, this thing's nuts. Let me condense it all down. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 5 double chests and almost half a double chest full. That should most definitely be enough to supply all of my stuff. Last things I should probably do in this area is destroy this storage system. Do I want to keep these shulker shells or just chuck them? The least annoying route is to probably just chuck them out. I will destroy all these chests now. Say goodbye to the shulker shells, everybody. They're going into the void. They ain't coming back. Alright, this should be the last of them. Now, I'm pretty much just prettying up the whole area now, so I'd never have to come back here again unless it's for shulker shells. This area looks nice and pretty. My pretty girl. Let's figure out where we want to go next. So obviously we're going to need a lot of chests, right? Well, sadly, I'm out of wood. Luckily, I've got this wood farm here. Produces 461,000 wood an hour. Oh my god. I refuse to kill phantoms. I've never killed a single phantom. I refuse to kill one. I don't know why. I think I only don't want to kill them because I haven't killed them, and I just want to keep doing that for as long as I can for some reason. So this is the next farm I want to do. Now this does already have a shulkerbox sorting system, but it's this really old design. And if you can tell, it's really freaking annoying. And apparently doesn't work. None of these items are even going down. So like, what's the point of even having this stupid loud making annoying noise? Actually, I think I understand why it's not working. I assume other items have gotten into the chest. All right, that's good to know for when I do make this sorting system. I'll set it up with item filters on top. First step. Destroy the old sorting system. I hate how satisfying this is. God, I remember how long this used to take to manually fill all these up with shulker boxes. Now the Autocrafter makes it obsolete. It's gone. Because this wood farm makes 461,000 spruce wood an hour, I have to make 51 modules of the goddamn shulker box fill up because one hopper can only keep up with 9,000 items. So do the math. I'll make some room. I'll go all out. I'll clear all the trees and stuff. Trees gone. Yeah, I feel like doing this one underneath the farm for some reason. Anyways, I'll make a bit more space. I just want room to think. Because I'm gonna set up a whole thing down here. And I just need space to think. Okay, this should be more than enough space to think. I just kind of want to flatten the area now. Okay. This I can work with. All right, so now I need to build the 51 shulker box fillers. I'll start off with the first one. Then I just got to do this 50 more times. I kind of want to see how long it is before I even start it. That's a lot. Almost all done. The entire thing is built. But do you see those shulkers up there? They are completely full of shulker shells. For those of you asking, why the heck do you need such a fast shulker farm? This is why. I need to empty out every single one of these shulker boxes into this top chest and into this bottom chest. This whole thing is taking a lot longer than I thought it would, but it's done. Sadly, I don't have enough chests to completely fill it up, but that's why I did start off with the wood farm. I knew I'd run into that issue. Anyways, all I got to do is hook up a water stream to push all the items into the hoppers. Okay. Input. Connected. Output. Connected. AFKing. Connected. I have ran into a very major issue. The wood farm is broken. I don't know what's happened. All I know is I've spent a full day tinkering and tonkering with this farm to try and get it to work. But for some reason, it just will not. So when I hop onto this llama, you'll see the first issue. My head in blocks. But I found a fix to that. I pull this lever up. I head into the back here and fly in here. And then I can just hop in the boat that it's in. And just die a little. And now it should be alright. Yeah, alright. That's fixed. The farm's fixed. No, it ain't. If I turn this farm on, hop on the llama, and turn on my auto clicker to place the saplings, as you can see, whenever the trees grow and I collide with a block, my player moves around like crazy and I open a dispenser. That pretty much makes it impossible to fully AFK, which, oh, great. And it actually looks like my llama's dying as well. If you look at the health at the bottom, it's about to die right now. I'm actually dying too. That's great. That's really great. That's actually quite amazing if you think about it. But yeah, I've spent hours upon hours tinkering with this and I just cannot find a fix. So sadly, what I'm going to have to do is just sit here manually and place every single individual goddamn thing. This is very frustrating. But yeah, right now I'll just have to put up with it, place the saplings manually for a couple hours. But after the world tour, I think I'm going to work on a new wood farm. So look forward to that. Wood farm has been AFK'd and that was the most annoying process I've ever gone through. We have got this much wood, 4 double chests. Exactly 4 double chests. So I'm not going to bother crafting these into chests to fill it up into this new auto sorting system because I'm going to be destroying this farm very soon because I just want a new wood farm at this point. This one has been nothing but hassle recently and I just want a new one that I can actually AFK. It sucks that updates do that. They break farms because this farm was so goddamn good. It was so good. Best farm ever. Now it's more like... That's just not right. Anyways, we've had a development. With this development comes some cheaper creativity. If I head back over to my shulker farm, I'm back and I'm noticing a slight issue with the farm. These two have seemed to have stopped working. Please don't have a broken farm on me again. No, it's literally just the boats missing. Okay, just put 2 boats in here. The farm is, in fact, working again. Slight detour aside, I believe I could make this much more compact than it is. So I've been AFKing this every night for the past 5 days, and I haven't really been looking in the chests, but there is a main theme. If I look in these first 3 rows, they're completely full. Completely full. But if I look in any single other row, completely empty. My thought process with this farm was, okay, it'll run infinitely. These chests will fill up and it'll keep going. But no. Since the farm only produces 25,000 shulker shells an hour, each hopper can do 9,000. 9 times 3, 27,000. Obviously, 25,000 shells an hour can only keep up with 3 hoppers. So it's not going any further. Now, I could try and set up some sort of redstone system to figure out how to stop. Like, I could put a comparator into this hopper, maybe. It would power a block here and maybe have that always powered, and that would stop it from shooting shulkers out. Let me try that. All right, I've done a little bit of tinkering, and I've went from this to this. It's pretty much the exact same thing. It's just I've got some observers going to power this block fully, so it works the way I want it to. Stops filling shulkers when the chests are full. So how it works, as soon as this hopper starts filling up with items, then this observer will power this piston and fully power this block, which stops the whole thing. It'll allow items to travel through, but as soon as it starts filling up, that's when the magic happens. I filled this whole thing up with almost filled shulker boxes so we can actually see it in action. So this one, this hopper down below the one we want is almost full. It's just this one. We need 1 more. Powers that. That did just waste 1 shulker box though, didn't it? Oh, that's annoying. I think we got to go back to the drawing board. It'll waste 1 shulker box. All right, attempt number 2. A little different now. It's going into redstone torches, and when I remove the blocks from this hopper, this will power and this will depower, starting this thing back up again. So I'll do that now. And here we go. I got to fill it up with 10 items each time. It's completely filling the shulker boxes, which is good. Fill this up with 1 more. And then we'll see on this last one if it works as intended. Yes, it didn't place down another shulker box, which is exactly what we wanted. No wasted potential. But, oh well. It works. There also is a second option I just thought of. If I destroy all of this except for the last 3 rows that are working, all of this destroyed. And the last step was to just, instead of having the hoppers face all that way, I had all of these hoppers going towards this way. And now when these ones are done filling up the shulker boxes, since these ones below them are full, they'll just move on to the next one like they did right here. That's a lot more simpler than doing every single one of these. It's also a lot cheaper to run because it's literally just this. It's also a lot cheaper to build because it's just this. I can still see myself using that other system at another farm though, so it wasn't a complete waste of time making that. Alrighty, I'm thinking I'll do the iron farm next. Quickest way to do it, just blank slate, destroy it all, get rid of it, get it out of here. I am physically unable to continue destroying this farm. I can't see. I can't do a thing. Can I get down to 1 FPS? Come on, top left. 1 FPS, 1 FPS, 1 FPS, 1 FPS. 3, 2. What if I go into my astroform and fly out and look at all of it? Give me 1! God damn it. Oh, God. Some of that iron has probably been sitting there for like 3 to 4 years. I don't know how long ago I made the farm. Don't look at the past. Always look forward. The future is what can happen. The past is over. I apologize for my outburst. All right, this one, I'm going to be setting up an Autocrafter. So now I got to hop back into creative. I will probably utilize this one. I probably should have also utilized it on the Shulkerbox farm, because what if all of those chests fill up, then I begin to start wasting shulker boxes again. I don't feel like that's going to happen, but what if? So what I need to do is add an Autocrafter on top of this, which honestly should be really easy. That was a lot harder than I thought. But I think this is the whole system to turn iron bars into iron blocks and to have it all turn off when the Shulkerbox storage system is full. There is one issue. This Autocrafter here won't stop crafting iron blocks after it's completely full, but we don't really care about that because what am I going to do when the system's full? Just chuck it all into lava anyway? But here's how it works. I'll chuck an item out of this one. So like usual, when this shulker box fills up with 1, the whole system turns off. If I fill this up with iron, I've got to craft another 10 iron blocks, and then we'll see the system actually working. But here's how this works. You look into this one, it fills them all up, and it crafts them to iron blocks. When this one fills up with iron blocks, we'll see the whole system turn off like we just did, and it's working. This is still crafting iron blocks, which is fine. But yes, it's done. It was really bugging me that the whole thing wouldn't turn off, so I figured out how to work around that. It's a little less compact, but it works better. I moved this auto sorter up 1, and then I put this comparator here, which when it gets 1 item into this barrel, it powers this block, which powers this redstone, which locks this hopper. So now, as soon as I take an item out of here, it'll continue to work again, I hope. Yep, I've never enjoyed redstone this much. Now that I got the design down pat, I have to build... So what, this farm makes 30,000 iron an hour, 9, 18, 27, 36. I need to build 4 of those. I'll start off with placing down a bunch of chests for storage. Storage chests and hoppers placed. What? Now I gotta build this ginormous auto sorter 4 times. I don't know if I even want to. It's gonna look so ugly. It's freaking huge. It is flipping huge. It's done. And it doesn't look nearly as bad as I thought it would. It doesn't look nearly as big as I thought it would either. Let me fly away. No, that looks fine. That looks fine. This looks ugly. I want to move this, but that looks fine. I've already filled it all up with the shulkers. I've already filled it all up with the chests. I've already sorted 4 of these into iron and 3 of these into poppies. Yeah, 3 of these, I didn't need to add the autocrafter attachment because, well, I just sort the actual item. Now, all I got to do is hook up the storage system, then I'm donezoed. I connected it, but the iron is sadly overflowing. So does this produce more than 30,000 an hour? My power knows no limit. There's so much iron coming through. I feel like I'm going to need to build another 2 of these. Yeah, I'll just do another 2 to be safe. All right, the last 2 are made. This block is broken. These ones will obviously fly off and burn. Now we'll just see if any of these overflow, which I'm really hoping they don't. It's also a good way to check if it's actually even working. So how I know it's working is these lights will just go off showing that they've crafted an item. And they are going off. Are they actually making iron blocks? Autocrafters are friggin' awesome. This is so cool. Oh my god. There's no overflow. I think I only had to build 1 more. I'm literally not getting any items in this last one. Oh, I did. I just got items in the last one. Does it fill up at all though? Fills up. I'm gonna have to build another one. What's that do for about 5 minutes and it's still working? So happy days, happy days. We got a working farm. It will take a pretty goddamn long time to fill up with just 1 shulker box because it's got to fill up what, like 4.5 chests of iron, and then it can make 1 shulker box of iron blocks. So, but it works. I'm not even gonna test it. I'm just going to go away, say it works. Oh, actually, no. I'm going to be safe since this is my first time building this in my world, and I'll AFK it for a little while. Farm has been AFK'd. We're getting a lot of goddamn poppies from this. We've gotten a crap ton, actually. But we're also getting a crap ton of iron. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shulker boxes of iron. So I know that doesn't look like a lot. It really doesn't. But you times this by 9, it would have been a full double chest, 54 shulker boxes exactly of just regular iron. So it's friggin' nuts. Like, I'm talking a full double chest of shulkers of iron ingots. You know what I'm saying? Iron farm storage system done. On to the next one. There's 2 more farms I want to do. I want to do the gold farm and I want to do the all-purpose mob farm. I think I'll go to the gold farm next. So gold farm will be another level of confusingness because of gold nuggets. I've got to craft them into ingots, then blocks, which doesn't make it confusing at all. How many shulker heads do I have? Oh my god. Like per usual, I'll destroy all of this. All of this has been destroyed. I've got to actually build 2 different storage systems, one for the wither skeleton farm, one for the zombie piglin farm. I'll do the wither skeleton one first. I've got to store skulls, bones, and coal. And I want to compact the coal down into coal blocks. And I want to compact the bones into bone blocks. But the bones is the annoying one. The bones I've got to make into bone meal. And then I've got to make the bone meal into bone blocks, which is pretty cool, actually. I'll start off with the wither skeleton storage. Here's the wither skeleton storage. So first will be for skulls. It's just the simple filler. This next one is the really confusing one. This next one is for bones. It's a slightly upgraded version of this one. It's literally just the iron farm one, but with one auto crafter and an observer just setting it off all the time. It crafts the bones into bone meal, and then it goes down and crafts it into bone blocks, then stores it into shulkers. And then this one's just the same one as the iron farm. Now I've got to do the gold farm storage. Gold farm storage is done. This looks pretty cool. It's all different sorters for every different type of item. It's not boring and the same thing over and over, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, now I just need to connect it all up with the cool little system like I got over here. Since we can't use water, I got to push it all along the ice. After AFK in the wither skeleton farm for a little while, I've ran into a pretty major problem. The bone section of the auto sorter is completely full of bone meal because one bone makes 3, so it's making 27,000 items an hour, and a hopper that can only do 9,000 an hour cannot keep up. I think I have a very, very simple fix though. I'm gonna break everything here but this auto crafter and the actual shulker box filler. So if I have this auto crafter constantly going off, the bones go in there and auto craft, does it also power this block? It also powers this block. So if I put bones in there, they'll auto craft into bone meal, and then the bone meal go in here, auto craft into bone blocks. Now I can't put hoppers directly under these because the hoppers will steal the items from inside. So I have to put a barrel to be the in-between, and then I just kind of connect it, and that's done. I wish all of these were so simple. The reason I can't do this with all the ingots and stuff is because you can do it. You know what? You can do it with the nuggets. Oh my god. Oh my god. I could have done it with the coal. I could have done it with the nuggets. But when the nuggets went through and turned into ingots, I couldn't have the ingots going into these ones because as soon as it puts one in there, it would have crafted them back into nuggets. So that's when I would have had to go to doing the normal auto crafting system. But, oh my god. I could have done that for so many things. I could have done it for the coal because coal doesn't craft into anything. God damn it. All right, we're learning. We're learning new things. Like, I'm not going to get rid of all this and replace it because, well, it's done. It's working. I'm happy with it. Actually, I should probably test the bones first. I just kind of rinky-dinky threw that together and called it a day out here in cowboy land. All right, so I chuck bones into here and they go straight into the, yeah. Oh my god. Oh, that's so much simpler. That is so much simpler. Jesus Christ. There was no issue with that whatsoever. It's very frustrating. Anyways, now I can show the storage system working. I start killing these goons. The items get spat out. They fly along this blue brick road. They go down here. They get sent upwards all the way. And then they're in the sorting system and they just keep getting sent forward into the hoppers here. Like so. And it's absolutely flipping beautiful. Look at all these items getting sorted. And whenever you see this light going off like it has been, it's crafted on a coal block, which I think is really cool. You can actually see the crafting in progress. Stuff like this is my favorite sort of stuff to do because it's just so cool, but it's very time consuming as well. Like any redstone is crazy time consuming. That tree farm took me a day and a half. Designing all these took me a day. All of this video and building them and filling up the Shulkerbox sorters takes so long. So I've ran out of time. I need to upload in a couple of hours, so I'm gonna have to end the video there. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, support me by subscribing. We're, I think, 400 away from 20,000, so that'd be pretty goddamn awesome to hit. I think we're back to sitting around 85% not subscribed, 15% of people watching are subscribed, so come on, pump up the numbers, please. Okay, bye.